I am beautiful, I'm enough, I am worthy, I am loved. You tell yourself I am valued, I am respected, I am appreciated. The world is waiting for me. I would get there and I will smash it. Whatever it is that I am destined to be, I would become. Tell yourself that you are enough. My hair does not define me. My shoes, my clothes does not define me. I am enough.
This year's theme for International Women's Day is tagged Inspire Inclusion. I also like to point out that this is not a room full of women against men. I hope we don't have that initiatives in our mind. It is not a room full of women against men. It is a room full of women with power who want to inspire inclusion. They need to nurture unity and establish strengths in their right places.
I am woman, I am fearless, I am sexy, I'm divine, I'm unbeatable, I'm creative, honey, you can get in line. I am feminine, I am masculine, I am anything I want. I can teach you, I can love you if you get it going on. If you got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. If you got it, got it, got it, got it, got it going on. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. If you got it, got it, got it, got it, got it going on. Got it going on, yeah. Got it, got it, got it.
And we are, we are God's masterpiece, of course, and we are complete in Him. Thank you so much for having me and for listening attentively.
I don't want this space to be just a give and give and give. I want it to be as interactive as possible. I'd like you to introduce yourself, the lady who just said the prayer. Thank you very much. The mic is off. Okay, your name is? Okay, what do you do? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so much. The room is full with amazing people, women of substance, power, influence, and all the good things that you can imagine. My own name is Lovett. I am a media personality. I work as a radio presenter, I host events, I'm also a writer, among so many amazing things. And that's why I said when it comes to women, we just do these things really fast. Who else have noticed that when you have to take certain decisions on your own, if a woman says I'm going to do this, they're going to do it. Who else have noticed that? I'm going to do this tomorrow, and then we're doing, there's just this drive that we have that keeps pushing us. And that's why this morning, I want us to be as interactive as possible. We have, what's it called, panelists here, our speakers, special guests, they're all on board. But we'll start first with something really important. We have a special guest in the house, so I need to just read a bio a bit before we bring her on board. It is with great honor that I bring on the stand Mrs. Adesina Modupe Oluwafunmilayo. She's formerly called Dupsy by our friends and family. I think I love that part. And born over 50 years ago to the family of late Professor and Mrs. M.O. Adeniji. From a basic education, Modupe attended Staff Primary School, University of Ibadan. I think I have to do that off school. 1997 to 1982. She also proceeded to Emmanuel College High School for her secondary school education, where she obtained the West Africa Examination Certificate in 1987. Being an individual with quest for education, she attended the Queen's School Akwata, Ibadan for advanced level certificate, known as the Higher School Certificate, between 1987 and 1989. We're talking about an OG here. She also gained admission into the Fri Mar University of Ibadan in the year 1990 to study communications, language, art, and obtained BA honors in communications and language arts in 1994. Immediately after her youth service, she worked briefly as a journalist with African Grassroots newspaper in 1996 for the year before leaving, after she gained admission for her master's in the Fri Mar University, where she added professional master's degree in industrial and labor relations
Where I graduated my 100 level, we used to call it a year now. I'm sorry. As a further to for ICT space, she's bagged professional masters in information science from the Africa Regional Center of Information Science, University of Ibadan in 2012. And then school living days in UI, she contested for various posts and won departmental, students, and SCG level. No wonder I'm so drawn to her. She has good sense of team spirit. She's dynamic, intelligent, hardworking with an high sense of integrity, competence, including strong commitment to learning, self-development, and listening to advice, recommendations, as well as taking proactive steps in any assignment and delivering on the same. She has served in several committees in various capacities in the service, civil service.
I know that we are all in every space that we can find in the economic sector. I tell people that women are the major player in the economy of Nigeria. When I'm passing through Bodija in the evening, you see a lot of women and very few men. It shows that we are economically empowered. And you also notice that the governor of your state is giving women a chance in his administration. In fact, we love that. When it first happened, we were discussing it that, wow, this has never happened in Oyo State space. And we thank God for that. We also have women in politics. And we also, the one chosen by God to nurture his gifts to us in form of children. You know, we just have that ability. We can do several things at the same time. I used to tell people I'm a jack of all trades and master of all things I lay my hands upon to do. Because God has already blessed us that we will prosper in anything that we lay up our hands to do. And I've seen that working in my life. I don't see any challenge that I cannot, with the help of God, overcome. Because he already blessed us and we look beautiful no matter what we wear, no matter what I was thinking this one, what do I wear? You know, what do I wear to this kind of function? And I love the fact that we're all looking very simple and beautiful. Nothing extravagant, no heavy jewelry, no, you know. And we are all, you know, we are God's masterpiece, of course, and we are complete in him. Thank you so much for having me and for listening attentively.
Thank you very much. If you're doing that, then I want us to do it better. Thank you very much. All right, this year's theme for International Women's Day is tagged Inspire Inclusion. I also like to point out that this is not a room full of women against men. I hope we don't have that initiatives in our mind. It is not a room full of women against men. It is a room full of women with power who want to inspire inclusion. They need to nurture unity and establish strengths in their right places. I'll give a quick story. I think sometimes 2 weeks ago, I was in Lagos for an interview, and then I was supposed to, the person who spoke to me said, you were meeting with the chairman. And then when I stepped into the room, it was the boardroom. There were 7 men seated. inside AC, suited up and looking good. Now, I sat down. I was nervous at first. I sat down. They were asking questions. The only thing that kept ringing in my head is, why don't we have women here? Why are they all men? I don't have any issues with them, but is it that we're not doing anything to get that power or to get that space in the seat at the table? I think it's about time we start talking about things relating to that when it comes to inspire inclusion, and that's the reason why we're pushing for events like this. Once again, I welcome you all. For those who are just joining, to 50 Shades of Beeba International Women's Day 2024. This is the second one, and I'm glad to be here. My name is Lovett Igwemose. So moving on from that, you just heard from our special guest, Mrs. Modupe. Right now, we'll be moving straight to the part where we have to get our convener's speech. Now, I'll give a quick insight on when I met her as a person. I said something that she has a really calm spirit. Talking to her, I felt like, okay, the look is not giving it sometimes, but when I spoke to her, I was like, oh, this person is really calm and sweet. And I'm sure that by the time she holds the mic, you're definitely going to get that mood from her. Now, like I said, this event, a lot is going to be happening. The exhibition stands outside, so you might want to get one thing or the other. Support other women who are in businesses like you. That's those ones who are in businesses. So I'll take our bio now. Pardon me, I'm going to be reading all of the bio. I'm not cutting any short because for women, we do so much, and sometimes I feel like we don't get the recognition. So if one person has decided to pen down 2 pages of a bio, I think it's worth reading. I've done so much to get to that space, and that's the reason why I'm having that down. So I'm going to read that before she comes on stage. So this morning, our convener, Abibatulai Muhammad Tani, is a dynamic entrepreneur, multifaceted leader, currently holding the position of CEO, Creative Director at Beeba House of Stitches, and Creative Consultant at 50 Shades of Beeba. With a solid background in entrepreneurial and business administration, Tani's expertise encompasses fashion fusion, strategy, innovation, multiverse management. Tani believes that entrepreneurship is a vehicle for positive change and personal growth. She also holds certificate in entrepreneurial management from Lagos State Business School, the Enterprise Development Center of Pan-Atlantic University, where she is certified leader trainer by Fela Durotoye and an alumnus of Creed Academy. Tani is recognized for her visionary leadership and has been acknowledged for her achievements, including being named the Youth of the Year 2023 in Ibadan, Oyo State. Can we just celebrate her for that? If you're doing that, I'd like you to do that better. Thank you very much. All right, as a yearly member and beneficiary of the Conference of Emerging Entrepreneur 2019, she is dedicated to inspiring empowerment, innovation, and positive change through her journey. She hopes to ignite motivation and encourage others to fearlessly pursue their dreams while contributing meaningfully to their communities. This is one of the things that she's doing, contributing to the community by having an event like this. Tani is also the founder of Ramadan Foodies, an NGO committed to providing food assistance during the holy month. Our unwavering commitment to excellence and community impact drives her efforts as she continues to push boundaries and creates meaningful change. She looks forward to engaging with the audience to collectively explore avenues for innovation and empowerment. Please put your hands together for the solid woman, the one person who has decided that it makes sense for us to be here and celebrate ourselves. The one person who has looked around and said, I think this theme is good this year. Inspire Inclusion, I want us to talk about it. The one person who has also looked at it and said, oh, women need to do more as a society. Women need to do more in this community. Please celebrate her. She come onto the stand to have a convener speech. If you're doing that, I'll do that better.
Wow, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks to everyone here today. Good morning. I'm Habibatulai Muhammad Thani, like she rightly mentioned. As we gather here today to celebrate International Women's Day, I'm honored to welcome each and every one of you. Today's theme, Inspire Inclusion, resonates deeply with our mission to foster unity and empowerment among the women. While we acknowledge the changes faced by women, our focus extends beyond gender boundaries to embrace diversity in all its forms. We are privileged to have esteemed guests joining us, including representative from the Ministry of Trade, Mrs. Adeshino Olufimilayo, the beloved Mrs. Ebon. She's on her way. She's our very own resident big sis. Madam Debola Falade, also known as Debs. Mrs. Kausar Agbaje. I love to call her Auntie Kausar. And of course, Miss Adaobi Peters. I personally love to call her En Vogue. She's too stylish for her own good. These great individuals will share their insights, experiences, and wisdom with us. Not forgetting delectable Ronnie G. Is she here? She's not here. She's on her way. Yes. Mrs. Ronkegiwa Onofua. And my newfound sister, Big Love, who is the MC for today. Before we dive into the heart of today's discussion, let me pose a question to you. How far have we truly come in the fight for gender equality? Despite the progress we've made, the harsh reality is that women still face numerous challenges and barriers in their quest for equality, from systemic discrimination to gender-based violence. The journey to parity is far from being over. There are stories of resilience, determination, and triumph. The story of countless women around the world who defy the odds, break boundaries, and shatter stereotypes every single day. It's the story of women like you and me who refuse to be silenced, who refuse to be held back by society's limitations. But amidst the stories of triumph, there are also stories of struggles, stories of women who continue to face inequality, injustice, and oppression simply because of their gender. These stories serve as a stark reminder that our work is far from over. We must continue to raise our voices, challenge the status quo, and fight for a future where every woman and girl can thrive. So as we gather here today, let us recommit ourselves to the cause of gender equality. Let us stand in solidarity with our sisters around the world and pledge to be agents of change in our communities. Sorry. Agents of change in our communities, our workplaces, and our homes. Together, we can build a world where every woman and girl is empowered, respected, and loved. Thank you for being here once again. I would like that we all express ourselves, as this is a safe space for everyone. Let's endeavor to make today's event a truly transformative experience for everyone involved. Make sure you enjoy yourself, connect, find a shoulder to lean on, and do not dull at any moment. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much for that. Please, if you're doing that, I'd like you to do that better. Okay, our convener said something. She said, do not dull at any moment. What's our mantra for this year? I can't hear you. You're not saying it very well. It's not looking like no for anybody. Better. Thank you very much for that. This morning, a lot of interesting things going to happen, and we're going to engage ourselves as much as possible. I have one question, and it's just going to take me around the audience so we can better know each other. Now, there's this popular myth. Is it a myth, a fact, or is it true that women can be power-driven, power-drunk rather, when they get the power? I mean, we're women. We should be able to say if that is true or not, right? So we're going to do that this morning quickly. Have this quick conversation before we move on. Women are power drunk when they get power. This is coming from a conversation I have from someone who is quite influential, a man. He said, oh, I see women doing a lot. I feel like they have the strength to do so much, even way better than some men. But the point is, when they get this power, I think they're power drunk. Now we have women of power in this space, holding good offices. I'm sure they've gone through this. I mean, I just read the bio for her special appearance, and then she has spent 23 years working in service, different places. I'm sure she would have one thing or the other to say, but I'll leave that for the moderator to do the job. So we're just going to go into the audience. I need a second mic, please. All right, thank you very much. I'll start with the lady with the black and white jacket. Right away, I love her outfit for this morning. And the air, everything is given. Good morning. Please, I'd like to know your name. And then, women are power drunk. Do you think they're power drunk? Is that a fact? Is it a myth? Or do you think it's totally wrong? And remember, it's a safe space, like the convener said. That means we can say as much as we want to, express ourselves as much. I have my opinions too, but I'd like to hear from you first.
Tiara Olua.
Okay.
I don't believe women are
Tiara
power
Olua,
drunk.
what do you do?
Oh.
Like I said, just in this place now, I'm looking forward to meeting people, so I'll expect that you want to do the same.
I'm Tiara Olua, and I'm a personal shopper.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
I have tear stores, and I have a logistic business.
I mean, it says a lot for the jacket.
Yeah. Okay, I don't believe women are power drunk. I just believe women know how to handle things better. They know how to, do things better. So I don't believe they are power drunk. I just believe people think they are, let's say the opposite sex, believe they are because we do it better, we do it confidently, we do it powerfully. So they just believe, oh, because she's a woman. But that's not it. We do it confidently. That's what I think.
I'll pick that word. We do it powerfully.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll come to this table here. And there's someone who wants to engage me this morning, and I'm really excited to have her speak. Your name, what you do. In fact, if you have a full bio, we're here for you.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Adebobola Latifat Adejoke. I'm into healthcare, and I have a business named Ila Cares and Wellness. Well, I wouldn't agree women are power drunk, and from my own perspective, I just think, like she brightly said, the opposite sex, we just feel like they have a way to do it better. And the moment women are coming up, because the society has perceived us as a lesser vessel or a weaker vessel. Like when we come, they're like, who is she? And why do you think you have it better? Or why do you think you can do it better? And let's look at from home, when you have a wife and a husband, even when the wife have a better idea, the man may still feel that I can see
my own first before
You
we
said?
do yours. More like the man saying, just hold on, let's deal with mine first.
Yes, let's go ahead with mine. And why do you think when we do yours, it will be better? But as a woman, we know we have this diverse in even in our brain. We can have it so many ways. But men, they are, just one way. So you just allow them do it first. And when they do it, and they realize they will still come back to that's yours idea.
I mean, that happens most of the time.
So they will
we have
still
men in the house. That happens most of the time.
So they'll still come back to that idea. But this is what will be my take this morning is, let's just have our own, let's sit back and watch. We shouldn't be like, because we all know that this is how it's going to work eventually, we shouldn't be so eager to put it. Let them play out. Let them see. Let them realize. Because when they have it from that angle of realization, then they will succumb. They will calm down. They will realize that you can do it actually better. Though that ego may not allow them to make you perceive you can do it better. But you can still just calm down and let them have their way first. So
Okay.
I don't think women are power drunk. No, I don't think so.
Thank you very much. I want Mommy to say something. Yeah, I want her to say something. Mommy, what's your opinion? Do you think women are power drunk?
Okay. My name is Odebode Ayokumbi. Yes, by His grace we can do something better than men. But we still need to calm down. And with the little brain the Lord is giving unto us, we can still tell them that the power in us, we can bring out something good, even better than them.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I'd like to give it to, I have a colleague here. Please help me celebrate her. Joy Love is here. Thank you very much. So I'd like to hear from her. Mommy said, before Joy Love speaks, little, I want to believe that our brains are really big. A lot is happening right there. But I do share your opinion. We need to calm down. And like I said earlier when we started this conversation, this is not a room full of men haters. We are not misogynists. We're not fighting against men. We are only seeking for inclusion. So I'd like to hear from Joy Love.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Well, I won't say we should calm down, to be honest. I have a counter opinion. Okay. It takes a very mature, successful woman that would be able to create a balance between being emotional and being successful. Because where the ideology of power drunk comes into play is when they believe that women are emotional beings. Truth be told, we are very emotional. And it takes a very, very intentional woman that would be able to set a balance between being emotional when she has all the power and all the success in the world. Because you have to be able to strike that balance. The truth is that I've seen a whole lot of men out there that are so intimidated by successful women. Like, you see men and they literally cower when they see a woman that is very successful. You know, I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday, and it was saying that the moment a single lady gets a car, it's very difficult for the lady to get a husband. That is the kind of environment that we'll find ourselves in, because there's that level of intimidation that comes with that. And who says that, you know, what men can achieve, a woman cannot achieve it? We can, definitely. But of course, we should understand that men are quite logical. They are one-way traffic. They think this is the way it should be. Like Mommy said, women, we are elite. We diversify a whole lot. We can think of several ways we can do one thing and achieve several results. But also as a woman, I would say the slight limitation we have is our emotions. And I would come back to having a female as a boss and having a male as a boss. A woman would prefer a male boss than a female boss. Because there's that level of emotion. And for a woman, you have to be able to control that, balance that, even in your home, even if you're more successful than your husband. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't respect him, and he should respect you in return. But there should be that level of emotional balance, and that makes you a successful woman.
All right, thank you very much. The room is popping right now, and I'd like to hear more. I have another of my boss right here who wants to say something.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is MC Queen Lagwaja. I'm a dancer. I'm an hype queen, and so I've seen a lot in my industry that people say, "Oh, she's hyping in the night, and how can a woman that has children be outside at night?" Like, so why? What are you saying? Will you give me money to eat? So I'm like, and I said, okay, in my field, if you know that I am not good for you, leave. So it's not that I'm trying to like date with men. I'm saying that give me a room, let me showcase. So men are like she rightly said, men are intimidated when they see a woman doing it, and they be like, oh, why is she doing it? Why is she making everything like this? And I've seen a lot, and men will always want to like. I won't say this in Yoruba. Would you meet Ibo? Like. In our industry, because I'm on the stage, I'm shaking and I'm dancing, I'm doing all the vibe. The man is saying a lot, he's saying another thing. But the real men that understand that this girl is carrying so much, be like, want to invest into you. So I've seen a lot, and I know that we need to let the young folks, our ladies, know that you not stay committed. Put your head like say you're deaf. They look on straight, and that's where it is.
We tend to say women are logical. Women are emotional. Men are logical. And it remains like that. But I've seen women who are really logical in their thinking, especially on a particular conversation, or situation. I feel like that's one stereotype that was also given to ourselves and just keeps us in that box. Because they say we are logical, we are emotional, let's just stay there. I don't want any issues. I know when I say something, you think it's so much emotions. And then when it comes to the man, because I'm logical, this is the right thing to do. So I'd like to engage that. Does that mean that we're not open to logical conversations at all? Is there anyone who wants to also engage that? I saw someone raising up her hand. Okay. Please get the mic across. Thank you.
Good morning, all. My name is Taiwola. I run a mobile spa service. So
please, let's be open about what we are doing. Sing it.
Yes,
shout
I run
it.
a mobile spa service. I do spa service.
Thank
mobile
you.
spa, yeah. I do spa on the go, anytime, any day. You can contact us. I want to say, when they say that women are emotionally drunk, like they say, it takes a whole lot of a strong woman and a committed woman to be drunk. I will put drunk in the positive. I will use the word drunk in the positive side. That when a woman is determined to do something and she set her own mind to do it, she becomes drunk in what she's doing. She want to achieve. She want to make that success. She want to shine. So I think that men mostly see that as a limitation or intimidation, rather. That when a woman comes out and she's doing things by her own, they feel intimidated. They feel like she's doing too much. So they use the word drunk. But I want to use drunk in the positive aspect. That drunk to me is being obsessive about what you want to do and go about it and pursue it with all your power, all your might, and become successful at it. That's the way I want to see drunk in the other light.
All right, thank you very much. I have someone else here. I'd like to play devil's advocate for a particular conversation, but I want her to talk first.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, my name is Abiodun Olatuji. I'm a pastor. I have a women ministry. And by the grace of God, we are over 10 years. We have a branch in Ijebu-Ode, and we have a branch here in Ibadan. Okay. So you're talking about women being logical, about is anything we are logical about. Okay, so I will say this. When you are married and you understand the capacity of your husband, like you really know, because we need to know. Sometimes we don't know, we get into it before we now understand that the capacity of the man cannot carry the vision and the mission. You know, sometimes we get married when we don't really understand ourselves. Then you now step into it for second, third years, and you look at it like, okay, if I'm not standing up, this man will remain where he is. I think in that situation, women will be logical in that area. Like myself, I was telling somebody yesterday, like they now see you as somebody who have pride when you are about to, use your confidence to, go after what you want and looking in the future for your children, what your parent couldn't give you, you want to give to them. So in that area, I believe so many of us women are doing well right now. We are not being emotional about future, about purpose. Everybody is just eating, whether the man is going to work or not, I must become somebody. I'm not going to put my emotion into it. I'm not going to be crying about it. I'm not going to ask people to pity me. I just want to stand up. I just want to do it. I just want to get it. So in that area, I think we are all logical when it comes to purpose. So that's what I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I mean, there's something about when the pastor picks the mic, right? Okay. We have back to you. Can we just have Ms. Kauta? Yeah, thank you very much. I said I'm going to play devil's advocate this morning. I'm going to say something, and I want you guys to just beat me up on the stage.
Should I?
Okay, yeah, you can.
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to go back to the power drunk aspect of it. I believe that as women, my opinion is contrary to what everybody has said. There's something called balancing in life. Life balancing. And in this generation, we're not doing it well. We are putting our careers, our emotions, the fact that we want to be seen and heard, the fact that we want to be successful ahead of everything else. It won't work. There's an order of things in life. It is God first, family next, and then career. I see a lot of women putting everything else before God, before family. And we say, oh, I'm doing it. I just want to be successful. I want to showcase what it is that I want. We forget that we're taken from the side of the man, not from the head. We're not meant to rule. We're helpmates. You see this neck? Not very visible. Sometimes when you do your skincare at night, sometimes you forget your neck, Abby. When you want to do powder, you focus on your face, the makeup, the lipstick. Sometimes you forget the neck. But this damn neck is very powerful. But we're misusing the neck. The men are the head. We are the neck. Wallahi, if this head wants to move, it's the neck that is doing it. Subtly, unnoticed, but it's there. But it's powerful. But the sad thing is, women, they just doing that neck anyhow. We're not subtle. We're powerful. I've been married 23 years. There's nothing I've ever wanted that I haven't gotten from my husband through submission and humility. But when we go around with that chip on our shoulder, at the arrive, I see a lot of women, they do small things, and they want everybody to know that they're the one that did it. I paid the children's school fees. That holiday that me and the children went for that, I footed. A lot of us women do that. Mama said, calm down. We need to calm down. We are doing great things, but we need humility in everything that we do. For this thing to work, we need humility. For marriages to work, we need humility. Men, the only thing they need is respect, though. It is us that needs love. We can both get what we want when we play our role well. Nobody is going to stop you from being successful as long as you are not married to a man that stops women from being successful. Because I tell people there are three kinds of men. There is the man that will help you to succeed. There's the man that will let you succeed. There's some men that will stop you from succeeding. May we not marry those third one. The first and the second, fantastic. If it's a combination of two, amazing. But please, let us calm down. We're spoiling things. It is Women's International Day. There's no man here except the camera people. We need to start speaking the truth to ourselves. Let us calm down. Yes, a lot of women are power drunk. I see them every day. Some women are calm, they're level-headed, and they're still getting things done. Let us be calm. Let us show some humility. We will still get it done. But when you go around like this, I'm a banko jail. That is my own submission. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please celebrate her. I said I was going to play the devil's advocate, but somehow tilted towards a direction and also sort of against the direction. Maybe because I'm a millennial, so I'm trying to think differently right now. So I'll bring up my own submission. First, I want to applaud what she has said when it comes to love and respect. Now, my question is, for mommies in the house, I've seen men come out to say, you are expected to respect me, and I'm expected to love you. Love encompasses respect, if I'm getting it right. So I see men who wants respect, but don't want to give the woman respect because they think the only thing they've been instructed to do, either biblically or through the Quran, is to love. But they don't understand the concept of love enough. Love has to do with respecting the woman. It's a give and take situation at the end of the day. There's this, what's it called now? A video that I watched of a man saying a woman is supposed to multiply everything. If you show her love, she shows you in multiple ways. If you respect her, she's submissive. Submission doesn't come from you being submissive to someone who is not ready to respect you and love you. I find it very hard to even have to respect you when you don't respect me. I know that there's a commandment, yes, that we should. But once you've treated me in a certain way and you expect me to respect you back, I don't know how that plays out in my own book. That's why I said there's a place of a millennium right now. Now, on the other part, you said something that also interests me. You said a woman is powerful. I stand on that. Without saying a word, sometimes we get things done. By blinking our eyes, the kids understand and they run helter scatter to do things. By filming in public with side eye, the husbands just adjust and say, what it's be no. And then by saying, you know what, it's fine, I'm done, I'm not saying anything, they understand you're angry and they still do what you want. So there's a place of a woman having so much power. At the end of the day, I don't even see the need as a person for us fighting for this thing sometimes. But because, I feel like we have enough power. It depends on how you use it as an individual. What are you using it for? Who are you using it on at the end of the day? She said something last that maybe not marry someone who would drop us down, because that's a terrible thing and it's applicable for both the male and female. The most terrible decision we can make is when you're married to someone who is constantly there just to pull you down. I hope that and I pray that God gives us the strength and wisdom to deal with this. She also wants to say something, but before you do that, I'm just going to also call our attention. There are exhibition stands outside. There are exhibitors outside who wants to sell. So you want to check out something, please make sure you patronize them. God will provide for us all. So I'll take this last one before we go. Okay, 2 more, and then we'll move to the next segment. Thank you.
Mama. Hello, Mom. Mama. I want to buttress your point. And I'm not buttressing your point. I'm saying that I don't agree. Based on 1 or 2, a woman will pick a guy that, okay, that time where you don't understand things. Let me say that time, your love enter your head. Say the guy fine. Now just enter the thing like that. No, you're blocking my view, sir. I want to see her face.
To mommy.
Okay, so you pick a guy and you guys are like, okay, going like that. Okay, you like Beyonce, me, I'm like Jay-Z. Let's just pull it together. That's my story. Now, you enter the relationship. You now realize that the guy is suffering from background shit. That the guy's background is wrong. So you can't, because the background is wrong for the guy and everything is falling back on you. You, that you are the woman, does not have any backbone. Nobody to say, oh, I'm going through all this, please can you assist me? And at that point, she's alone. She's vulnerable. Now she wants to respect, but the situation is not allowing her to respect. Because now this guy, they are together. She's trying to like, okay, I want to be that woman. Of course, I'm a celebrity. Celebrity don't stay in their husband's house. And you don't want people to feel like, oh, she's this, she's that. And you're like, there. You're suffering. You're going through depression. The guy, the mother, so-called mother, raised him wrongly. Like, don't respect a woman. Don't. If she don't agree for you, no agree. If she don't give you, no give. And the woman here is trying to like, I'm humble. Let me be humble. And she's dying. She doesn't want to say, don't kiss, don't tell. Because she doesn't want to say, she doesn't want to tell people what she's going through. Oh, shut up. And she's dying. 10 years I was dying. I discovered myself 5 years ago. I was in the marriage, but no emotions, nothing. I'm like a man in my home. Respecting the man. Oh, no, daddy wa a kale, daddy wa a job, daddy wa a she. You said you are free to talk? That's why I'm talking.
Of course you are. You're very free.
Because of what they know me in Ibadan. I'm a celebrity and they know me that when I talk, I'm talking. And you are killing that woman that wants to give a lot of people chance to move. And she's still respecting that fact. I left.
You want me to say something back? I'm very pro-marriage. But I'm also very pro-choose you first. If you are losing yourself in a relationship, because you see that thing she's talking about, depression, a lot of women are going through it.
True.
And you know the sad thing is killing women. It's not just you feeling it It makes your system acidic and makes diseases thrive. That is why you see a lot of women having cancer, high blood pressure, diabetics. Because what they are going through. Marriage will not be by force though. Like she said, when you choose and you chose wrong, be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I chose wrong. And I want to retrace my step. It's acceptable. I applaud you for leaving. Please give her a round of applause. Because some people do not leave and they die in it. A lot of women die constantly every day from that kind of abuse. And some people are like, okay, he's not beating me physically now, me. But you see verbal abuse, emotional abuse is worse than the physical because it doesn't leave the mark on you, but it kills you inside. So with what you said, I applaud you. It is not all marriages that will work. But then we shouldn't go into it thinking, oh, I'm not going to make an attempt to make it work. You will give it your all. When the foundation of the home is wrong, what can you build on it? And that is why we as women, we need to make sure that the things we don't like about our husbands, we correct it in our children. Especially in our boys. Let us cut that circle. In my home, my boys cook. They clean. They do everything the girls do. Because I tell them, I said, I want your wife to look back and bless me. But a lot of people are not like that. And they're already messed up. Some people have that mentality, when I'm talking, you don't talk. A woman does not have a voice. They don't want to listen to what you're saying. You know? And like she said, we're in love. But now love has spectacular. If you are not married, open your eyes. Shine your eyes. And make sure you pick well. See the way he interacts with his sisters, his mom, his everybody, the people that works with him, his friends, before you make that decision. Because what she's talking about is the story for a lot of women. A lot of women. May we choose wisely.
Even the Bible and the Quran stated that the man is the head of the home, right? And that means we must give him certain respect. But of course, I'm also pro. He has to give me the respect too. You want respect, treat me in a certain way. That's me, my own opinion. We'll take her, we'll take Joy Love last, and then we'll move on.
It is true, and it isn't. It is true because women are perceived to be emotional. It is not true when we go to how things was designed. Some people were born as a man, coming in a woman form. Some men comes in a man form, but in the nature they are women. I don't know. This will be a controversial something, but I understand quite well based on my understanding and my knowledge. Some people, when you look their charts, we call it charts. You see that everything they've come with into this world, they are man. So anything they will do, no matter what, even if they breathe, you see them that she's proud, but she's not. That's how she's. No matter what you would do, she will breathe proud to you. But she's focused, she's intentional, she's ambitious. Everything you find in a man. But some men, you find them in the kitchen. No matter what, you find them among the women. That is how he is made. You will find some men, they will tell you, oh, the woman rap, oh, Jeffo. No, Jeffo. That is how he was made. No, most people may not understand what I'm saying, but I understand it quite well. Please know yourself before you involve in any form of relationship. Because that is the number one thing. If you do not understand who you are, everything will be faulty. everybody will look at you that like she's having a problem. He's having a problem because there are men also here. The moment you understand who you are created to be, the moment you understand who you are yourself, believe me, everything will work smoothly until I realize who I am. That is when I'm able to step forward. Okay. I was not meant to be behind, but I was made by word of mouth. Like, what is wrong with her? What is her problem? But the moment I understand who I am, I was able to balance it. I make sure it was not coming in an aggressive manner. So the number one thing is know who you are. She's born to be a leader. So anywhere she finds herself that is not giving her the chances to grow, definitely it will be a threat to her. It will be a threat to those people she's related to. So some relationships are not even meant to come to pass. Even if it is a woman-to-woman relationship, man-to-man relationship, or into a marriage, or any form of relationship, the number one thing, the most important thing, the most crucial thing is know who you are. If you don't know who you are, everything will be faulty. Thank you.
I think this uncle will leave this room for us last. When you are signed, you will leave the room. Okay, we'll take this last one and then we'll call it a wrap for this segment.
Okay. Once again, I must really appreciate everybody that has spoken this morning. I mean, I've been learning and it's been amazing. And for the Christian folks, I would love to quote the scripture. Because the same scripture we keep quoting and we keep saying, this only scripture that talks about a woman submitting to a man. And I'm going to take it from the Message translation. I'm happy that there is a pastor Mrs. in our midst. And one thing that people fail to understand is you just move on to Ephesians 5:21 that says, woman, submit to your husband. One thing I've discovered while reading scripture is I pick it from the very top and I take it bit by bit. The very funny thing is that we start from 22 and we don't actually start from 21. What 21 says in the Message translation, it says, out of respect for Christ, be cautiously reverent to one another. That's where it started from. And then he says, wives, understand and support your husbands in ways that show your support for Christ. The husband provides leadership to his wife the way Christ does to his church, not by domineering, but by cherishing. And I think that word is where we're getting it all confused. Because this issue of love and respect, it was a very, very controversial conversation for me that I had with somebody. It was even on air. And the ideology that a man needs respect, a woman needs love, I don't 100% concur. Because I believe that for men, they're different. Respect is relative for some men. The way that he perceives respect might be different from the way I perceive it. So there was a time that my friend was into something. She was into a relationship. And the guy was the kind of guy that wanted the respect at all costs. What is his respect? When I talk, you listen. When I want to eat, you serve my food. You know, when I'm done eating, you pack my plates. And at the end of the day, there was a major rift in that relationship and it didn't work out. What am I trying to say? There are some men that there's a persona of women that they want. They want the woman that will give them the respect. And the very bitter truth is there are women that will fit into that persona 100%. There are women that will be able to do all the, daddy wa kabosa, daddy wa asheti jeun, daddy wa asheti shele. There are women that are built like that. They will fit into that persona of what that man wants, and trust me, that marriage will work. But like she said, it's very, very important that you know yourself. Because I'm not going to be that kind of man that will be doing daddy wasa, kabosa. And if that man is that kind of man, there's a high chance that relationship, that marriage is not going to work out. Even if you're not going to speak up, you're going to be depressed throughout. But also, there are some men that believes that once my woman, takes my advice, she takes my opinion, we are friends, we can relate, she respects me, it is mutual. That is their own definition of respect. And there's another lady that also fits into that persona 100% that would be a match for that man. So one thing is very important. If you're in a relationship, you should understand the kind of person that you're with. It's the very, very important thing. If that is his definition of respect, if it doesn't suit you, then you can leave. It doesn't make him a bad person. Because the truth is, we come from different backgrounds. The kind of background that some people come from is the background of Dadiwa, 100%. And that man has seen that picture all his life. He has grown with it. And he has said that the kind of wife has to be that kind of woman my mother was. And that doesn't make him wrong. Because he might still be a loving man. He might still be very understanding. He might push you to success. But that definition of respect to him might not change. And the truth is, you cannot change anybody. The moment you have that personality of, I grew up in a family of love, where my dad wakes up in the morning, pecks my mom, goes to the kitchen. What are we having today? I want to take you guys on a treat. That's the kind of family I grew up from. The kind of family where we spread our clothes outside. My dad will rearrange the clothes, where black will be in the same line, white will be in the same line, blue will be in the same line. That is the kind of family I grew up in. And when I wake up in the morning, my daddy is that kind of person that will give you breakfast in bed, even as a daughter. So if I meet a man that has that persona, that traditional thinking of, my mom wakes up in the morning, serves my dad his food, kneels down, have you eaten, are you okay? Daddy, school fees, bill, that man cannot suit my persona. It can't work because I have my definition. I have what I've grown up with. So it's very, very important. If it doesn't work for you, and I will come back to relationship, I'll come back to the foundation, because the truth is, all these red flags, we see it. It's only that we just ignore. We feel like, I will tolerate it. I will cope. It will change. But when you start having all those question marks in your relationship, I believe that at that point, you should just honestly leave. And at the end of the day, that man does not fit you. It doesn't mean he's a bad person. But that man that fits you, it will come at the end of the day and you will definitely know. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Please celebrate her. I've learned a lot already in this short period. Okay, there's one more person. Okay, let's do it by numbers so we'll cover it up. I hope the people who are in charge of the tea break are ready. We'll have to go for our tea break first. Then right after that, we'll come back for our first panel session. Are we good? We're okay with that. Okay, so can we have the ends? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we'll start from here. 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll wrap it up and we'll go for our tea break.
Thank you. What I just want to say, everybody has said some things. I used to be a tomboy, and my father cleans, he cooks, he does everything, he hugs. So I now was in a relationship, and the guy would always like, who are you talking to? That riff-raff, this riff-raff, blah, 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 blah. It was the kind of person that I said, this kind of character is not something that I want, because I entered into a relationship with my 2 eyes wide open. And so I just told him, this thing cannot work. You have been pretending all this while, but I now know your true color. So I now decided to go on a fasting spree and praying, because I wanted somebody that was like that would be like my dad. So I said, God, please, give me somebody that will cook for me, that will wash for me, that will do all sorts for me, and be a very, very wonderful person. So I was fasting and praying straight for one year, I think 7 months. And by the time I got married, my husband will wash, he will cook, he will take care of the children. I wasn't doing nothing. And there was a time I actually told him that we need a maid in this house. He said, what do you need the maid for? I said, the maid will be washing now. I'm washing, my hands are, And he said, I will do the washing. If I complain about it, he will say, I will do it, And the only thing he doesn't do is that the day he went to the market, he was like, I can't go to this market again. So I go to the market. But I think that for young people, they should just open their eyes. What you cannot continue with or tolerate, please end it immediately. Forget, love does not make a marriage. It has nothing to do with marriage. And there are some men, like one guy told me that he has never washed in his life. Even in boarding school, they will come and pack his clothes and wash it. He doesn't know how to even cook. I doubt if he even boils water, So that kind of a person, some mothers raise their children in a very bad way. And in my husband's family, they are all like that. They cook, they wash. You see them, even when they come to greet their mother, they will be scrubbing the floor. Keep all the kitchen, everywhere will be clean. Some women, they train their sons, but some, they spoil them to the core. And so, even in the office, you see a man, he's so emotional. He will be fighting with people. There's one, he can even sing and abuse you. You know, he said, Agbole ni mo ti dagba. You know, there are so many men that they have funny and awkward characters, and that is how they are brought up. So just for somebody like me, a lot of people used to think I'm very proud, and because I express myself, my father would tell you in the house, we make decision, we will vote. You know, he doesn't lord things over us. We tell him that if he wants to say, I've made this decision, we will talk to him, Daddy, this decision is not right. Then he will look at us, he will allow you to make your mistake. And then he'll say, I just wanted you to see that I'm right this time, you know. So that's how I grew up. And my husband, I've never abused him, maybe because he's a nice person anyway. You cannot see me abuse him. I've never done it. And I respect him. Because I see the way my mother to respect my husband. I mean, is my dad. So love actually conquers everything, but love is not enough in a marriage. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We'll take the next question.